welcome to a Very English Craft Room and another in the scrapbooking series. Today I'm going to be scrapbooking two pictures that were taken in Lanzarote, one on Playa Chica and one on Playa Blanca. I'm going to be using an assortment of embellishments, beach themed embellishments, including some acrylics from Poppy's Crafty Owl, which I will link in the descriptions box for you. In fact, there's one pack of beach themed acrylics that I've used, and I've done 3 different layouts using those acrylics just from one pack, so I think that's really good value. So I'm also using a sheet of paper from the Seaside pack of papers, and it's just perfect for the 2 photographs that I'm using. I actually think the colours in the sea there really mirror the colours on the photographs there that you can see in the top left. Just trimming the little end off the paper because it isn't quite 12 by 12, and just tidying it up, making sure that it's all perfect for going into my scrapbooking album when it's finished. So using my trimmer just to trim things off. Oh, and now I've got it upside down, so I just turn it the right way round. So these 2 photographs were taken on one of the many trips I've had to Lanzarote. These are quite a while ago now. So the one with the boat upside down is Playa Blanca, and the other one is taken with my camera sat on the beach towel, so it gets quite a low angle into the sea, and that was taken in Playa Chica in Puerto del Carmen. So there you can see the bikini is the acrylics, and I've got some little words there that say memories and lazy days. Originally I was just going to have memories of lazy days or lazy days memories, but I do actually end up extending the title of this a little bit more. So I've just stuck those photographs down at random angles using double-sided tape, and now I'm going to pop down the word memories. I was just using the dental tool there just to poke out the hole from one of the letters on memories. So I'm just using some little blue glitter stickers. They're very small, these ones, and they've got uppercase and lowercase, and they're quite nice actually, although I've used all of the O's now from the lowercase, so I'm not going to be able to use them for many more layouts with O's. Although what I did do for this one, because I was short of an O, is I trimmed a 6 down, because it's got numbers as well, to form an O. So that's something you can always do if you're short on O's in one of your alpha sets. So just sticking this down where it says lazy days, and then I'm going just nestling the letters into each other, and I'm going to do the same with the word of. Going to nestle it in between some of the letters that loop up and down below the level line. I think it just looks nice when you do something like that. So that was all I was going to have as the title to begin with. However, I do change my mind, and I put memories of lazy days and dreams of more to come, because I think most of us are dreaming of being able to go on holiday again. And with us being into the 2nd year of holiday cancellations, I think for many of us it seems a dim and distant memory, and we are dreaming of being able to get to the coast again, to go to the countryside, go out for walks, go on holidays, enjoy a bit of sunshine, all the things that in the past we've taken for granted and maybe haven't appreciated them as much as we should do. So when we can get back to all these things, hopefully we will remember and feel grateful. One thing that's been good about the lockdowns, I suppose, is that it's given us more time to spend on our hobbies. I certainly have enjoyed the time I've spent doing scrapbooking and other hobbies. So now I've got the words and dream of more to come stuck on my acrylic ruler there. I'm just going to put them in place, and again I wanted the ampersand there to nestle above the word dream. I didn't continue the line along there because that would have clashed with the downstrokes of lazy days there. So just using the ruler to keep it relatively straight. Obviously the ones that drop down below the horizontal, you need to sort of move the ruler out the way to do them. So just finding an exclamation mark there to pop there just to finish that off. I think the colour of those alphas there actually look really nice against the background. The Lazy Days is actually more of a blue than it looks here on the video. It looks quite grey here, but it's actually blue, and the Memories is kind of a sand colour. So I'm just playing around with some of the embellishments. I had quite difficulty here deciding on how many embellishments to use and where to put them. In the end, I don't use quite as many as I had originally thought I would do, and I think because the paper is quite patterned on the background and I didn't want to cover too much of that up, that I leave it without too many. It was frustrating at one point because I do like to leave things in threes, and it didn't look right with 3 of one embellishment. I only ended up with 2 of them on the layout, which is quite unusual for me. Usually try and have odd numbers and 3s in particular. So I'd found 3 little wooden seahorses there, and I thought they looked quite nice up against the title there. Again, they're nestling quite nicely, and actually looking back at it, they don't end up in quite the same position as I'd planned. In some ways I think they look better where I've put them on this shot now than where they finally ended up. So just using the dental tool to pierce the paper so that I can put the brad through. So this brad is a pair of sunglasses, and I've got a couple of brads that are flip-flops. Annoyingly though, with the flip-flops, they're all the same foot, which looked a little odd when I put them side by side, so I kind of staggered them a little bit, and they don't look too bad. In fact, I think I put one facing up and one facing down, trying to disguise the fact that actually they're both left foot flip-flops. However, I wanted to pop these red ones on there because I just wanted to pull in a few more bits of red to tie in with that bikini that I'm going to use. I used the dental tool to flatten the backs of the brads out, and what I'll do before I put it into the album is actually put some tape across the back of them so that the backs of the brads don't catch on things when you're putting them into the album. So just using my 3-in-1 glue there to stick the acrylics on. Normally I don't use a lot of glue, but since I found this glue I've actually used a fair amount. So using the bottom of the bikini there to mop up a little bit of the extra glue that was on the top of the bikini, and because I thought, well, I'm going to need some glue on that bikini bottoms anyway. So I tried to space it out so it looked relatively correctly spaced without it looking too odd. So just getting my Xyron sticker maker and running the little wooden elements, embellishments there through it just to put some sticky on the back of them. This is easier than using glue or the double-sided tape. However, you do need to make sure they go in the correct way around, and they have a habit, if you're not careful, when you stick them down the funnel bit there, of flipping themselves around the wrong way. So I'm putting the 3 seahorses and 3 shells into there. So just give it a quick rub down and then peel the top part off. And this leaves them there. You have to be careful because it is a little sticky. So just clearing away any excess. And as you can see, the seahorses have swum a little bit further across the page than they were originally. I might actually go back and remove those if the sticky isn't completely bonded to the page. So just popping the seashells there, and I'm thinking to myself, this looks almost done, but I really wanted to use some of these buttons with the seashells on, particularly as they've got red seashells and blue seashells, and it kind of pulled in the colours. I also wanted to pull in a little bit more red. You can't see it here, but on the lower of the 2 photographs, the person in the photograph is actually wearing a pinky red bikini. So I just wanted to add one more element of red at least. So you can see I've placed 2 of those buttons, and those are the 2 that actually end up there, and I'm just playing around seeing if I can get any more on, but it just looked too messy to me, too cluttered. So I just decided to actually stick with what I've already got on there and just pop these 2 buttons on, so one with a blue shell and one with a red shell. So now that this layout is finished, all that's left is for me to thank you for joining me in the Very English Craft Room, and ask that if you have enjoyed this layout and this video, that you click on the like and subscribe buttons so you will know when there is another video uploaded from the Very English Craft Room. Thank you very much, and thank you for joining me in a Very English Craft Room.